high class. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sent us thanks.
I doubt Kirk will miss the force he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers per se showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands without law. Any news while we were away?
None much. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Still can't work out what happened. There must be barricades in the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has reasons. I trust her intruding.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you, Vivian Nightingale.
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come from one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though there's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here? Long though some breaks the union of the northeastern storm has endured, recent days have seen the blight rest ever more land from the grass. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pull his sword than relinquish ash. And the Empire paid dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sombre boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on crystalline dominion, and altogether easy a target, possessed of no less either. It was 5 years ago, while you were busy yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dalmakian Republic, the Kingdom of Olmud, and of course, our friends in Yara. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
You were born into insight. Do you not feel home?
Oh, dark clouds are once together over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me, and we shall consider ourselves
Even. Right.
Return his volume to Old Tom's on the shelves. Tell him it was adequate.
I suppose it was a visit our resident historian.
My favorite pupil. My beloved homeland. Or at least it was. What is it that you wish to learn? Here's the latest information I have. One must understand one's place in the world. Thus ends today's lesson.
Lawsman Arborities.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Ted does million tarts. Would that I could do the same, but alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature in Canterbury's head, but without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme and Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with my books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whim of a tired old story.
Not too tired to go too nuts, though. Always got a pocket whip. Nick's him off the moon.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as mood.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them. However well they hide it. Titan much promise that night, from some more than others, and the wounds remain. They are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day. Gavel me back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
How good it is to see you, Clive. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. You wish to study the tomes? You are always welcome, Clive.
Not bad, Blake. You're already solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. As well as the scale.
I'd had that brain for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on his desk.
Not a stillness. All right. I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
What could Gav worthy of that letter? What's the always swept?
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randall in Hugo Cooper's charge. With him and his men occupying the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance. The one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only come up this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. Each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon is a price not easily paid. Your body knows this, It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but
try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. Crystals. And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Black Spectre would swift to your graves, but this is far worse than I could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the tools are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and he will chase shadows. Tell me, brother. Are our efforts in vain? A moment, is he?
My apologies, I didn't mean to intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you're finished.
Very well. What would make Martha harder to rest?
Don't just stand there, Dolphin. Finished, are you?
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in this area started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it was. Ever since Eastport, the Empire's been tightening its grip and the Dutch's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on the runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it's those other bastards have turned their attention to the port-bearers, meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their horses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone's safe. Damn blighted bilge. Is everything all right? Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's rosy. The lake water doesn't agree with them. That's one way of putting it. And unless you've got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry will keep eating away at the timber like young Ted does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coke and pitch might stave off a rock from the moon, so assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more doubt the old tub's got a dozen runs left in him. Of course I was. Your skiffs are only meant to reach the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost. Well, I'm glad someone around here sees it that way. To make a pitch, you need pitch trees. In case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things seemingly lacking in the dead ones. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard that thorny pitchers of curl-tail forms cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over. Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain. Easier than felling a forest,
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
Fucking Imperials.
Let's not stay on guard.
Let's get you.
Sid? What said you becoming? I trust your mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials descended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down. All I read was got her wearing a pair of fire shackles for hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by the tracks, they're heading towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the alley sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about the panic. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Coal is out. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers of the Empire. The garrison has now the authority to act alone. The orders will just come from higher up. You're all right, boy.
You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shield says what happened.
The Black Shields.
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and other helping bearers. They were going to hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds. Poor souls turned to theories. Distracted them long enough to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the end?
I think so.
Black Shield. Is this some sort of joke? There has never been one water in this area, and they fought to defend all our citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire. Another day.
Over here! Now, Torgal! It's over! There you go!
Make it look easy. Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offence.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long. Give me thunder! Is that all of them?
I think so. I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Found her.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sid's aid and tell her.
Sid! Where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive. He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest, but the bearers, they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Spotted us, Torgal. What am I saying? Of course it has. Here's a close to eyeball. Forgive me.
Try not to move. You'll only make it worse.
They call themselves our countrymen.
What are you after? Is that everything? I wanted one of those. A fair trade. I wanted one of those. Is that everything? A fair trade. Much obliged. Fare thee well.
Oi, look sharp!
Thank you, Founder.
There's no turning back.
To me, boy.
You didn't see that coming. That must be the bridge. So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so.
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about them.
All right.
Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
No one survived then?
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hand. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you, but it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumours started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
Try not to move. You're only making noise.
Oi! You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild, and not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos? Fighting bandits?
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just...
All right.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. And don't worry, you'll know her.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo. A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way. These chocobos aren't going down without a fight. They're in trouble.
got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh.
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her.
Piss off.
All right, then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah.
You're safe now. White Heart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be. Ambrosia. It is you. You survived. And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry, I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are. Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Ah, a few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you. Thanks, Gal. Where's Gav?
Finish with that log, so
Well, did you find me?
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh! Reeks like a chocobo's arse. Oh, I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name? I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as me old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals. Four Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle. By Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait. Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
What are we waiting for, indeed?
You think it's all right to touch him?
Back, are ya? What's something for you, dear? Anything else?
Is it business or pleasure? You'll not find a better price than that.
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria. That room's as ragged as...
So Martha's all right.
Here for another of my lectures. What is it that you wish to learn? Here's the latest information I have. Study it well, Clive. Yes, perhaps a little revision might not go amiss. Thus ends today's lesson.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Here you go. Seen enough?
Oh, Clive! What?
The patron's whisper. Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer, I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any? Here's everything we've received and everything promised. All yours. You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board? It's where the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside, for the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. But with the last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can.
As ragged as goat's locks. I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
I think it's all right to touch him.
Long now, Martel. See, I am, was out.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, actually...
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. Or I took it on, you see, after she... Well, after she died. And now the fruit's fine, and not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter...
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers. On account of all they do, you couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martell apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martell? Today's finally the day.
It's not the Did you come through the forge today? And you say Sid built this place? Perhaps they're old enough for this.
So Martha's all right.
Yep. You two look like you could use something to eat.
Martell. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane moth.
These aren't those apples. She'd have been proud, and rightly so.
A gift from the back.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stump. He'd have them right from the branch, made Martell livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for...
That sounds like the Sid I knew.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourself? Hang on. These aren't Martells, though. I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the deadly. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to...
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Did you come through the forge today?
Housebreakers send their thanks. They were clearly very fond.
They remembered her. I suppose she was very She put everything into her work. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree.
And through you. Her dream would have done...
I didn't do any...
By the way...
Of course not. I'll see that you're both... They like your fruit, Martel. Isn't that...
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber. Run like the wind!
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Thought they were loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her. that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like...
I ain't got much, but what's mine is yours, for a price. I'll find it a good home. I'd pay more if I could. I reckon that's fair. I'd pay more if I could. I'll find it a good home. I suppose we won't be seeing you again?
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, the Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
100? I heard it were 1,000.
You seen them, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. At least I think they was the Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harbouring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing that...
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another Eastpool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throat. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, we still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answer.
Perhaps.
Come on.
Fly, Ambrosia.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the apology, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The Mother Crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it. More of my mother's men.
Stay down.
Let's go. Thanks, Gal.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were...
The Black Shield.
Why then, we owe you our thanks. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield reserve. It's over.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you? We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry. Find something, boy. Death.
Oh, found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith. They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hive of thieves.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy! Voice-ridden dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Oh, get enough
Fuck off!
Hang the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, where were you, filth?
Back to your sties!
Cut you down where you stand!
Just try it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought this... Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned, then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Not.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix.
It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge. Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
is it you require? It has been an honor.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge, and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace, putting an end to the Black Shield.
And so we shall.
We'll keep them from the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since. There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds could guard aught against the might of the Black Shield? Die along... For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battle for them.
More dragons! Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances.
noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. Perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenish.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the Mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Alright, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddo in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others. Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
That monster's taken quite a liking.
I didn't take you for a scholarly...
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleave from spit roasts to sweetmeats. This book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Guardians of the Flame.
How may I help you today, Clive?
All yours. All done? There are new billets being...
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up. Something's getting him down. And whatever, it's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear. Because he respects you, innit? So...
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Ivan. This area. Not here. Good girl.
Faster!
Hope there aren't any more of them. Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other.
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the
Unwanted violets. If you have them.
Why, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was... You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer. When there was a war on, that sort of thing. And even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions?
I dare say they do. 3 reeds would be your back.
Thank you.
Stay sharp.
Don't you go causing any trouble now.
Not here.
Ready, go?
Yeah!
Straight home now. Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against. You're finished. We better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or any worse, at least.
Did you fight?
I did indeed.
Marvelous! Let's see.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your
Into the pot it goes, I suppose. I present Chance's grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat one.
I'm
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Odin's teeth! What an assault on the senses!
And
And yet, up through the pungency, there rise... It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but... I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's... A single mouthful, and Molly will be...
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
What's it got to do with...
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about...
I told you not to stick your nose in my...
Clive just wants to help, innit? Let's talk to him. You never know, you might... Please, mate.
It's not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all this?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any... Made my stuff look like every clumsy I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded there. You got what you came for.
All right. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a... Didn't think anything could rattle him.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it, something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only...
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down? Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. Karen, Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite
And he ain't been himself since he saw it.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does work.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd back. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe... Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen.
At least you admit.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leather.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's...
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able...
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? Come again. I may have more for you.
This is no time to ride. Not here.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
Be safe.
Something there, boy. Could that be our man? Are you all right?
That griffin caught me before I could...
More likely than not.
The name's Camille.
Not so lowly from what I... Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of...
She's not any... Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pit. She sent you for a...
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art. And not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any... I'd dearly love to help, but actually, I suppose...
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what...
You sure?
Well, and thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it.
In that case, I'll see that...
I'd be much obliged. Right. I've got some grief. You send your blacksmith my regard.
Will do. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Monster's taken quite a liking. Well, don't just stand there gawping. I reckon I can find a buyer. I'll be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. You got out else? I'll be thankful you got that much. You got out else? You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
with a bit of luck. How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt...
I found him. And he asked me to give you this.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble
So that's his secret. Good few times, too. I wonder it. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to... Oh, this is fine work.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's...
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of...
Then we better keep this close to our chest.
Listen, sorry for putting still. I'm glad you found him.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway.
It's good to have you back, Black.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up. So don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. Right, now that's sorted. I've got you. Thanks, Clive.
What do you need? What do you want? And how am I meant to do that then?
Monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Typical nobles.
How did we never hear about these Guardians of the Flame?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. All yours. Come again. I may have more for you.
Bilge's nice and cheap.
Look at this place.
Come on. All right. Straight home now. That's what I think it is. This isn't gonna be easy. Help me, boy. Rest well. I know I will.
Monster's taken quite a lot.
And what can I do for you? Coin purse weighing you down? You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. You got out else? I reckon I can find a buyer. You got out else? Finished, are you?
Typical nobles.